Welcome back. Cherry Cobbler Day is tomorrow, National Cherry Cobbler Day, but today we're going to celebrate with a homemade recipe courtesy of our next guest. Great friend of the show, Christy O is back with us to show us how it's done. Good morning.
Good morning, Cheryl. Great to be back.
Good to see you. I saw you do something magic in the microwave. You melted butter and it took you no time at all.
It took me no time at all. That's what I love about the microwave.
I know.
All right. So what we're doing today, we're going to make this amazing cherry cobbler. Just a few steps. Always tastes good. So we're going to start with 1 stick of butter. And I actually melt it in the bowl that I'm going to use. So we're going to use this casserole dish to make our cobbler in. And then I just kind of roll the butter around, and that is actually how I'm greasing my pan.
That's brilliant.
Okay? And takes a step away, and you don't dirty an extra bowl. And we always want to save time wherever we can.
I don't like washing dishes.
Amen to that. So then we're going to just pour the butter in here because this is actually a very important ingredient in our recipe.
Because it adds the lusciousness.
Butter, butter, always butter. All right, and I'm gonna just wipe this off on the side so we don't make a mess. All right, so now we have a beautifully greased pan, and we're gonna get started on our recipe.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna take 1 cup of sugar.
Okay. Sure you asked me to do that. I'd have had that pre-measured.
We've got to do it together on the show for fun.
That's right, there you go, 1 cup.
All right, there's 1 cup, all right. We're gonna add that in, and then we're gonna use the same cup, and we're gonna go with 1 cup of flour.
And this is all-purpose flour.
Yep. Actually, this is
self-rising flour.
And thank you for pointing that out. So the beauty of self-rising is there's no need to add baking soda, baking powder, so it makes this, again, just a super easy, fun recipe.
Now, this is not the way you measure flour, though, is it?
It's probably not, but it will work today.
Flour is supposed to be packed and then measured off.
It's a little bit more scientific, right? But for today, this looks like a nice, loose 1 cup.
Okay.
Let's go for it. All right, so, and again, to save the dish, so now we're gonna use this cup to do our milk. All right, so we're going to do, again, 1 cup, believe it or not.
This is almost like a pound cake, you know, pound to pound to pound, so cup, a cup, a cup.
This is amazing. So far we have 1 stick of butter, 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of self-rising flour, and now 1 cup of milk.
And you're using whole milk?
Uh-huh, we have whole milk.
Okay.
Okay. All right, and then we're going to add, now this is where we're going to go off our pattern here, 1/4 teaspoon vanilla.
1/4 teaspoon, okay.
Yep.
And you've got the 4th teaspoon right there?
Got it right here, ready?
And I know a lot of people use imitation, but vanilla is vanilla.
Yeah, I definitely prefer
the real thing.
The real thing, yeah.
Okay.
For the purposes of today, we're going to cheat a little bit and use that.
Okay.
All right, so then we can just whisk it on up.
Okay. Showing my whisk technique here.
And I know that she's very good at this, very good at this. And so this is an easy, fun recipe. So like Cheryl was saying, tomorrow is National Cherry Cobbler Day. So this is a great recipe to put in your bank and make it for your family, and everybody can celebrate together tomorrow. All right, that looks amazing. So now what we're gonna do is you just literally pour it right into here.
This is an upside down one.
It's amazing. This is so delicious how you make it. So you just pour it all in there.
And then canned cherries are like the best.
I think so too.
Because, I mean, you keep them in the cupboard and you can use them for
whenever
anything.
you need. And I'll tell you another little secret. You can actually turn this into apple cobbler, blueberry cobbler, whatever you want. And I actually do prefer the can. I just think they work out really well. If you did want to use fresh fruit, use about 2 cups. And just make sure to pat them dry before putting them in, okay?
Okay.
So now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take, and you can just kind of section it off because you wanna make sure you get it all the way through.
We're going to dollop.
Yes, we're gonna dollop the cherries.
Okay.
Here we go.
I said we, I guess that meant me, huh?
I did my part, now you're gonna do yours. So we're just gonna
use the whole can?
And use the whole can, and that's another great thing to bring up. So 1 can gets this done. And if you use apples or peach, just make sure to chop it with your knife before you actually dollop it on, because you wanna just make sure you don't have huge hunks. But yeah, you just kind of spread it out.
You know, I love to empty my cans.
Me too.
And
all
my bowls.
the yummy goo.
That's right.
All the yummy goo. You want to get all of the yummy goo.
So we're going to leave it dolloped, or we're going to mix it?
So we're going to leave it just like that, believe it or not.
Okay.
Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
All right, and then what we're going to do, we're going to bake this for about an hour, depending on your oven, at 350 degrees. So about 1 hour, 350 degrees. Okay.
Nice enough to leave one in our oven. Thank you.
Yes, and our oven is so fast. Look at this. So that is the finished product. And what I did when it came out, I actually did sprinkle a little bit of sugar in the raw on top. And now this is ready. So we're going to actually use this spoon And the reason I greased the pan the way I did, I want to point this out. See how the edges are nice and crispy?
Oh yeah, you made the crisp edges.
We love the crispy pieces in our cobbler. So then you're just gonna take a scoop.
How smart is that?
Yes, and how easy, right? How easy. And we're gonna put it in. And then, whoop, that's gonna be yours.
And you've got to have either ice cream or whipped cream or something.
You've got to have something. And we prefer ice cream with ours. And this is actually a salted caramel Yingling ice cream. So you can get whatever you want, but I think salted caramel, a butter pecan. And if you really want to get crazy, tomorrow's also National Walnut Day.
So
you could actually get, toasted walnuts, or you could even get a walnut ice cream.
All right, well, Christy, you're going to leave us this recipe. We're going to get it up on the website by early this afternoon. Check around 1 o'clock or so, and we'll get that for you. Happy National Cobbler Day.
Cherry Cobbler Day, and let's dig in. Cheers to that.